Hey friends, let me know if you're here so I can see you. I wanted to pop on and talk a little bit about Dysautonomia Awareness Day, which was yesterday, which I posted something about on Instagram and a small little thing here on Facebook. And I wanted to talk to you about why I did that. I think that the obvious reason is because um, any kind of disability awareness day is for awareness. And so if people don't talk about it, then it doesn't become something that people are aware of. So that's the simple, obvious, straightforward answer. But it goes deeper than that. Number one, I have dysautonomia, which is a common comorbidity of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which I have. So, it makes sense that I would be the person talking about it as an advocate for people with dysautonomia. Um, and even more than that, it me talking about these sorts of issues does a couple things personally for me. One, I by acknowledging that I have an invisible disability, or an invisible chronic illness or whatever you want to call it, I'm showing up for myself. And by doing that, I allow people who also have similar situations to show up for themselves. There is such a stigma around disability, and by speaking up about it and normalizing it, I try to break down the stigma. It's really important for me to do that because I have experienced um, people having biases around disability that they don't think apply to me, and so they'll say things around me that they might not say around someone who has an obvious disability, and that hurts, and that's not fair. There's a lot of things in the world that aren't fair, and I'm going to do my darndest to stand up when I can against those unfair things. So this is something that I feel very strongly about, have personal investment in, and can hopefully do something about. I also had some people respond to the messages saying, oh, wow, I had no idea. And the list of symptoms that you put up fit with things that my sister has been dealing with forever. And so part of awareness is helping people who have not been properly diagnosed to potentially have things to talk about with their doctors. And that's very satisfying to me to know that there's a possibility that I could help someone get a proper diagnosis so that they can better care for themselves. The other reason is connected directly to authenticity. So, the 8 pillars of authenticity, one of them is embodiment. And what I mean by embodiment in the context of authenticity is listening to our body for the intelligence that it has to give. In this culture, we listen to our mind almost entirely, and we don't give enough credence, I don't think, to the wisdom that the rest of our body has to share. And so by listening yesterday to my body and sharing what it had to say, which was particularly yesterday was like, slow down, you can't do anything. Yesterday was kind of a bad day for me. I was in complete fatigue. It was hard for me to take a shower. It was hard for me to do laundry. I couldn't finish. And today I feel great. Yay. But showing up even when I'm in those bad spaces destigmatizes or at least normalizes the fact that sometimes people feel like that. And I have a really hard time being kind to myself about it. But I feel like if I can at least show up and let people know that I feel like that sometimes, then maybe they won't feel bad about themselves when they feel like that sometimes. It's not easy, it's not fun, but I do think it's important I think that we live in such an ableist world, and the little bit of attention that I can bring to these situations feels very important to me. I, a big thing that I try to embody, aside from authenticity, is integrity. And I feel like if I am trying to do my best to improve any of the isms, racism, sexism, ableism, ageism, etc., then when I feel and or see an opportunity to do so for myself, then I take that opportunity. I hope that's helpful for you to understand why I do stand up sometimes and say these things. And I hope that you're feeling great today. Take care. And if you're not feeling great, that's okay too. I hope you rest well.